Hello, I'm Washboardjim with a Sneaky Snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And I'm going to talk about a play that gets misrepresented sometimes or could give you a second chance on something that you might have missed out on and no one ever talks about. And I see it happen all the time. So I'm going to bring it to your attention right now. It's called the inverse head and shoulders.
Wherever you are.
We just called out another pullback right here.
Morning movers brings traders the biggest.
So this is called your inverse head and shoulders. It's a reversible pattern that can go into a bullish trend that has a head and two shoulders on it, a left and a right. So I want to talk about something. In most cases, all they talk about is just it coming down and dipping once and then running up for the breakout. Well, that's not always the case. Sometimes it's misleading if you go that route. Let's say you get a knock on the door. Oh man, Jim, I just missed that inverse head and shoulders. And I say, just be patient. I got a secret. I'm going to tell you about it. Something that nobody ever talks about. And let's get right to it. None of these pictures will talk about what I'm talking about on this inverse head and shoulders. It's usually just one shoulder with a head and a dip. Left shoulder, head, and right dip, breakout. Almost every picture of it is like that. Almost every picture.
Schwab Network, streaming 24/7, any screen,
So I'm going to show you a secret.
free. SchwabNetwork.com.
And I just called this breakout right here. Here we are to the 200. I should have took that trade. It got down to 115. Now we're at 185, 195. So that'd have been another $900 trade right there.
Principal at Deloitte Consulting. And Jeff, first and foremost, today
So here you got your left shoulder, and you got your head, and you got your right shoulder. I took this trade right here on the double bottom, higher low, run it on up, and got out of the trade. Then it came back down, and I alerted the inverse head and shoulders, jumped in that trade, run it up to the 21 EMA, and got out. And then it came back down for the second time. This is the secret. It's the second time that that touches that head. So usually, that's the last dip you're going to get. And then it'll go ahead and break out to the upside. But this market's reacting to a Trump tweet right now about China. They're trying to make some kind of deal with China, trade deal. And China's a little stubborn, so this can go back on for months. And it has gone back and forth for months. But that second dip, and to me, a Trump tweet is nothing but an opportunity to take a good trade. So you got to be patient, look for the setup. And my strategy is all about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. So all three of them ingredients was in here to take this trade. So when it comes back and touches that right shoulder, you want to look at the candle, see what kind of candle's popping off that shoulder line, the right shoulder the second time. And in this case, the right shoulder was this hammer. Then I just called out this other trade with a tweezer bottom, and I didn't take it. Wish I would have, because I'd got in that at 115 and sold it at 190, just like that, in a matter of 4 or 5 minutes. Bought 10 contracts. So that's part of my strategy. Just remember, nobody ever talks about that thing coming down and hitting the right shoulder the second time. And let's say you missed the trade, you could come back and say, okay, I got another chance. Let's see what happens when it pulls back to that right shoulder the second time. Inverse head and shoulders, one of my favorite chart patterns. You got the snake, breakout, pull back, two right shoulders, boom, right to the 50 SMA and the 63 with a bearish candle right there. Came right back down. You have higher lows, back up to the 200 and out of the trade, 200 SMA. This is the Sneaky Snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now.